Hello!
Hi.
Hello! Welcome to Academy Voices Live. My name's Anthony.
I'm Gabby.
And I'm Angela.
Yes, and we're the three musketeers.
Audiobook
I was
amigos.
gonna say audio tears or whatever.
Audiobook amigos, I like it.
Yeah,
Audiobook
audiobook
amigos.
amigos. I love that.
We
Three
get come up
Amigos
with
too. Great movie.
Yes. It's always something. It's always something with me. It's Thursday. What a week. It felt like such a long week. Has
Yeah.
it felt like a long week to you guys or no? Was it been going by really fast?
Every day this week has felt like Saturday for some reason, so I'm like
Hey.
completely off.
Yeah, my
Oh,
week has gone by pretty quickly. I'm actually panicking a little, going, "Oh God, it's Thursday. I haven't gotten enough done."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's what screwed me up. Yeah.
No, I hear you. I hear you. Well, if you guys are just joining us for the first time, or you're like, "What's going on today?" So we do, Angela, Gabby, and I once a week. Well, we do lives all week. We're always working all week long, of course. But on Thursdays, we come together and we talk about Academy Voices, which is a little odd business we run together.
a
To
wee little business.
audiobooks.
wee little business.
A wee little business. Angela, what have we accomplished? What are you making fun of my Lucky Charms? They're magically delicious.
I mean, I will always make fun of your Lucky Charms. That's
Yes.
just a given. That's a
That's
given.
right.
That's just, yeah.
We've got to.
Oh boy.
Okay.
We're off to a great start.
Yes.
We are.
Yes. Angela, what milestone did we hit this week?
We published 700 audiobooks.
Woo!
We hit number 700.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
700 audiobooks.
It's crazy. It's a
That
lot.
is crazy. Golly.
Holy moly.
It was so funny. It was embarrassing the other day. I was like, I remember the first one we did, and then I said the wrong book. And I was like, wait, no, that wasn't the first one.
Hey, that was 700 ago. I mean, you're allowed to be human, Anthony. It's okay.
I know. But you know what's the crazy thing is? The whole thing started was I had this idea, and so I went to one of our narrators, and I was like, look, I got this idea. Do you want to try out something with me? She's like, all right. So I had her narrate Hansel and Gretel, and we put it up. And I was like, after a month or something, nothing happened. I'm like, it just doesn't work. So a year goes by. I'm working with Academy Voices. I'm trying everything I can to get commercial work and everything. And randomly, I go check on this audiobook that we put up, right? And it had earned like $14. Now you might think $14 in a year. Okay, that's not a lot. But I was like, oh my God, it works. There's actually people purchasing
something.
the audiobook.
Yeah.
And of course, the way my mind works is like, if there's $1, there's a whole lot more dollars. Right? That's how my messed up mind works. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna give this thing a shot. And so that's so it actually took a year, and in happenstance, but when I say a year of when I first put up an audiobook, I will say that, you know, just like our businesses, everything goes through, I don't know, a journey, a metamorphosis. And that was kind of what happened with Academy Voices. You know, I wanted to give voice actors work. And because we've always had, I mean, all of us, we do. Well, Gabby comes from that commercial radio world where it's just primarily commercial work, right? And things like that. And, you know, I started with audiobooks. Angela kind of started that way, but I went into commercials. So I've been doing a lot of that work. So it made sense. And we had a lot of people, well, I don't want to just do audiobooks. I want to do commercial work. We want to do everything. And, you know, tried that. And that did not go very well for a couple of years. I redesigned the site. Like I felt like every other month I was redesigning the site. And y'all remember, I mean, we had a lot. I went through a lot of iterations. Anyways, so I don't know why I'm going with all of this. We got to the point now where, you know, where all of that to be said, 700 audiobooks is downright amazing. So
yeah, we're in sight to hit that goal, I think.
We
I
are
think we
very
can
close.
do 1,000 books by the end of the year.
I think we really can. That was
Yeah.
so, and then the whole thing said, well, we have one. So I said, well, what if we had 1,000? And that's where we're going for. And if you guys like to know, we're at the highest membership level we've ever been. So we've definitely are growing. The word's starting to get out.
Nice.
For narrators and authors. If more authors contact me, I just got another contact this morning from an author who wants to, or they want to do a series. They have a series. We've also have an author now working with us who's creating a 10-book series, which I'm very excited that we're going to be doing the book.
Wow.
We're going to be publishing the books and doing audiobooks.
Oh.
So that's exciting.
Wow.
And, so we've got a lot of stuff. Yes, Christian is right. If my math is right, you're only 300 short from 1,000. That is.
We're almost there. I mean, our narrators are producing at a rate that it's just a matter of us getting caught up on all the publishing. There's just, I mean, Gabby's been casting like a maniac. We've got, I mean, our narrators are doing the work. We just got to get them all published now.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I love it. I mean, there's so much, such a bright future we have with everything. I think it's great. So I will say that some interesting things I wanted to chat about today, and I also always want to talk about like kind of what we're seeing, because there's the publishing side of what we do, there's the casting side of what we do, of course, and then there is the side of our marketing, as well as our meeting new authors and new voice actors as well, which I always find interesting too. For the people who are in VOJ, or the people who are not in VOJ, just in Academy Voices, I think what's really cool, I don't know if you two agree, but what's cool about this is, or at least from my point of view, is that we're running a voiceover. I mean, this is a voiceover. To me, I look at this as a voiceover business, even though it's still a lot bigger than that, right? We're a workplace. We have a catalog now. We have all kinds of different things, but it still feels like, there's a lot to learn from a voiceover perspective, running a voiceover business, even if, you're just running your own, as opposed to this, right? Because, like I just mentioned those things, right? We've got different you've got your marketing part, you've got your publishing your work part, and then you have your finding your casting part, all these different things. Anyways, it's kind of a cool thing to, like I said, to be behind the veil. But with all that jazz going on, I wanted to kind of chat. What was I saying? What did I say I was on a chat about? I was just talking away. You gotta say something. I get wrapped up.
We just let you roll, man.
It's your show.
Other people, I know, but other people want to hear from the other people. For God's sakes, man, it's all right. It's all good.
Maybe they do. Maybe they don't.
I'd like to think that Angela and I know when you are spouting valuably, and we just let you go.
We just let you roll with it,
because it's not always valuable. There's a lot of spouting that goes on.
That's what you think. Because I always say, hey, I'm going off on a tangent, and people say, no, please tangent, because there's gold in it. You're doing the same.
Yeah, for real.
So one thing I was going to talk about, because we are publishing, so we are working with another author. One thing I did want to mention. Please, if you're a voiceover actor, just so you guys know, we also specialize in helping authors transition from ACX, Audible. So if you're working with an author, a lot of times these authors don't know they've spent all of their time, put their hard work into months, years of writing their book, and they want to get it published, but then they're trying to get an audiobook and they know very little about where to publish it, what to do. So of course, everything just gravitates like the sun to ACX and Audible, because it's the number one retailer. But here's the thing. It is not by far the only retailer. And because it's so massive, a lot of times audiobooks and books get drowned in ACX and Audible and stuff. So, there's so many other things that you can publish. Then that's what we specialize in, publishing, not just Audible, because we still do Audible, but we publish everywhere else we can really publish to. So we were working with more and more. That was another contact I got this morning from one of our voice actors who had mentioned that they're sending another author our way from them working with them.
Oh, nice.
So if you're working with an author, you know what I mean? I find authors are very open. They're not. It's like, would you guys say? I mean, most of them don't really want. I feel like nowadays we don't really want to just do ACX, but we have to be there because it's important. But they make you kind of. I want to say they make you sell your soul to ACX or Audible, but it feels that way sometimes.
It does.
If you sign all the exclusivity things, with them. But I just wanted to say, please send them to us. And the cool thing is, and if you ever look at what is it that we specialize in, well, not just that the big thing, of course, is we're human only, but I think the bigger thing to me, I don't know about you guys, or you guys say, is that we're real, all of us, not just our narrators, but we are here. The three of us. I talk to authors, we talk to narrators. It's not we don't have a chat bot. I hate chatbot, but sometimes you don't have like a chat bot that you have to type in a question and it's AI is giving you an answer. Then you talk to us. So I think that's a really cool. I just wanted to bring that up. Please send authors our way, even if you have some work with them that you're currently already in. Maybe you've got an agreement. We're great with that. We can help them just distribute better and to help you guys make more money. You know what I mean? We're all about that. So.
Yeah, I saw a social media post yesterday about an author removing, I think she had 6 or 7 books. She was removing all of them from Audible or ACX just for those reasons.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's kind of, I love Thursdays because I love to hopefully give insights to what's happening at Academy Voices, what's going on, what we're targeting, what we're happening. I will say that first and foremost for us, something new that I can tell you guys I've been doing is I've really been doing a lot more concentrated work on the marketing end for Academy Voices, meaning like we're starting to run ads. So I've talked about this a little bit. I was talking with Gabby about this a little bit earlier in the week, or you, Angela, yesterday or Tuesday, about running ads. Ads is one of those things where I've never been a big ad person just because I never wanted to spend money. I just wanted to do myself.
Organic.
Yeah. Right. I just want to do organic stuff. But I find that, a great way to do things, and this is my advice for voice actors or anybody doing it now. So the new way that I'm doing it, and again, I got this from Gary Vaynerchuk, as always, but he's a very smart guy.
Good old Gary V.
But basically what you do is we're posting to social media. All right. And if you make a post and doesn't matter where it is, and it gets 2-3 times, maybe even 4 times more traction than your other posts, right? It's a great post then to run an ad on, to boost, all right, to grow. And if it doesn't, so if you can look at social media almost as now, because of TikTok, the TikTokification of everything, because of the way things are now, right, and the algorithm works, it's almost like testing out how well your social's doing, right? Because you might post social, no one sees it, it sucked. It is what it is. But then you post something that does very well. All right, well, there you go. So you're going to have better chance of getting more reach with your ad, or with your boosting of it. And that's what we're doing currently, boosting things for authors as well as narrators, and it's working quite well. I mean, I think it's really going to help us expand beyond what we can do just organically. So that's kind of what's going on my end. What's about you ladies? What's happening on your end with things? What's going on? The good, the bad, the nitty gritty. There's so much logistical stuff that we do, that's just like put your head down and work stuff. But overarching stuff. What say you about your slice of Academy Voices?
Angela, you wanna start?
Oh, Gabby went on answer.
Well, Gabby, I mean, I'm always interested to hear what Gabby has to say, so I was letting her have the floor. But
okay, all right. Let's see. I find right now a lot of communication back and forth with narrators. I'm fielding, a lot of questions, confusions from new people, just kind of clarifying how we do things. One question that I do think we've been seeing a lot recently is people wanting to get a sense of, once they have finished their narration and they've, gotten us their files and uploaded everything, when can they expect the book to actually go live and be published, and what kind of a time frame is that? So I wanted to address that today a little bit for folks. But I mean, honestly, I feel like we're like a really well-oiled machine right now. For me, it's just going in every week, casting projects, getting the casting notices out to the talent. Again, like I said, fielding any questions that they have, and then monitoring when they have completed the project so that I can let Angela know and we proceed from there. What I am getting ready to do, I'm going to actually be, I haven't talked to you about this yet, Anthony. I'm going to be in Seattle from, looks like the middle of August. I'm going to be gone for a little over a week. And it's not really
way cooler up there.
Yeah, maybe. It's pretty muggy, but going to be helping a close childhood friend. We grew up together. Anyway, sister from another mister. While I'm there, I am probably going to be focusing on August, because right now we have auditions booked out through the end of July, but we do not have them past that date, I don't believe. So I'm going to be really working my butt off to get July and then into September and October up on the schedule. Yeah. But
that's super cool. Which brings up something else I want to chat with you all about with everybody here. But how about you, Angela? What's happening on your end with things? I mean, you kind of have like the talk. Go ahead, talk. You talk.
Say things.
Say stuff. Just like Gabby, I've also been, fielding questions and kind of guiding some of our newer members along. And I think some of a couple of the biggest questions I get is they want feedback. They're asking if they would get feedback on their auditions and or even their completed audiobook. We don't necessarily do that, but if you're in Academy Voices and you're in you could, I don't know, could they do it in Academy Voices? Probably not, but the Discord for sure. If they're in
I always
Academy,
recommend. So we had this, and we had this question the other day in our Discord for VOJ in our Academy Voices channel, and I said, the best thing to do for us is to take whatever audition you were doing or whatever, and ask it in the Discord. You know what I mean? Because, that's not kind of how we've set up Academy Voices. But since you're in both, we're going to give you feedback because that's part of VOJ, right? But we still have about, I think we hit over the 200 mark now for narrators that are not in VOJ that are also on Academy Voices.
I will say, when people have reached out to me and they've said, hey, can I get, your input or feedback on this? I will certainly try to provide it wherever I can. Okay. I think we don't necessarily volunteer it, however, so that's something to be on the lookout for. Like, what I find myself saying to people at Academy Voices is, of course, if you're in doubt about your skills, your audio, your sound, come to VOJ. That's that really is your answer to all of that, is spending some time in that community, honing your skills to ensure that, the things that you're doing on Academy Voices are going to be well received.
Because Academy Voices is just like any other platform to find work. Academy, the Academy itself is where we can help you develop and grow. But we're not expecting, just as a whole on platforms for clients to give, they're not really obligated to give you feedback. But if you're in the Academy, then you could definitely get it there.
Yes.
And also just to, there was a change in the publishing, just to be completely transparent. And Anthony and I were talking about this the other day, but we've been limited to publishing 3 a day on the platform that we use. So even if I can get, like I did the other day, 13 books published and ready to go, I can only submit 3 every day, every 24 hours. So that's going to slow us down a bit. But also, we just want to be upfront and honest with you guys. And then also I have short books and I have very long books. Some of the short books are produced within a couple of days and some of them take months to get done. So I'm going back and forth on the timeline trying to get all of the older ones done, some of the newer ones done. So in terms of time it takes, it's a little bit varied right now just because of the workload and how old or new things are and sizes, but we're getting it done. We're getting it done.
And I do think that's an interesting, because all three of us here are still working. So we I mean, I guess in essence, it's not just, well, let's be honest, all three of us here are running now both VOJ and Academy Voices, I guess you could say,
and our own businesses,
and our own voiceover businesses. Mm-hmm. So we are busy bees.
Yes.
And as Academy Voices, interesting as Academy Voices ramps up from like a logistical back end thing, it's just like a lot of work. Mm-hmm. You know, like because it's, you know, there's so much, and then there's so much tracking. And there's so much, because, you know, so one of the other questions, and as tie all this together. So when you do an audiobook and you submit it to us, right, it kind of goes into our queue. And that, again, because none of this is automated. We do it all ourselves, right? We you know, so it doesn't, you know, like when you go to ACX, none of that is by a person. Right. Once you submit your stuff, that's all an automated process.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, and I guarantee you they're using AI to judge, we know whether it's, you know, correctly, you know, formatted and whether it's to RMS and all the standards that they're looking for. Mm-hmm. It's not a person. So, but we don't do it. We like that. However, because of that, it does go a little slower, which again is why I found it amazing how much we've accomplished. I mean, how much our narrators have done, how much, you know, we all done. But what happens is it goes into that. Now, once we get that and we do publish it, think of publishing as the moment that it gets, the first time it gets submitted to be spread out to all of our retailers. Okay. So then that's got to go to a process, and every retailer is different, right? Every retailer takes their own amount of time in order to get it out there. So you might see, you know, when someone says, hey, it's published, it might start showing in a couple of days to a couple weeks, even a month. So published does not mean it's everywhere now. I mean, like showing up at the retailer. It just means from like our point of view, we have now started to distribute it, and the retailers take their own, you know, because each retailer is different. So they're going to take their own time to put it up. So, and unfortunately we do not have, and you'll be, because most places don't. I haven't actually found any place who does distribute, you know, and does things like that. It's too difficult to monitor libraries, all 40 plus retailers, you know, to tell you, hey, it's live here, it's live here, it's live here. So in that sense, you know, it is the responsibility of the voice actor or the author to keep looking for when it's live. You know what I mean? Because we just don't have that capability and time to go 700 audiobooks over 40 platforms plus libraries. I can't imagine that number.
It would be nice, but you know,
it would. Now, for a period of time, we had Claire, who does daily. Part of this does a lot for us, Claire Chadre, and she's amazing. And she, for a period of time, I had tasked her with every audiobook we had to go through and try to give people the five main links that they could share that was up. And she did. And she worked really hard, and it was so much work just to find 5 links for each, not to find it, but just to go through, you know, you got to go to each one, you got to go to each retailer, so it's just a lot of, so make sure when, you know, part of something that you can do, because remember, you're selling, or you know, the money you make is reflected upon how much people know it's there and, you know, listen to it and purchase it, etc. So make sure you're looking at it, getting it up on your website, sharing it on your social media.
You know, that is something we haven't talked a ton about, and we really do need to spend some time talking about how individual narrators can promote their work. I think it's really important, and sometimes, you know, with authors and with books, it can be a little bit grassroots, but that can help. Anyway, just throwing that out there for another time.
actually love that too. And by the way, because we're getting some questions, please, if you've got questions for us, put them in the chat. We'd love to answer them. This is a great time to ask us questions specifically about this, because this is real. This is getting you business. This is real business, real work. You know what I mean? So this is a great time to ask. But Gabby, I think we need to, and that's something that needs to go through Academy Voices and VOJ, just in general, is teaching people how to market their own work. I mean, it benefits them tremendously, because early on, I remember when I was doing royalty shares when I first started, before this was, back when I first started, I thought to myself, if I could just sell these, if I could get a system to where I had even an email list where, I would send out, say, hey, this is the newest thing I've done. That directly that's what I liked about royalty share, because that directly reflects my sales. Like, I'm in control of that. But I think a lot of us, maybe we don't look at it that way, or we don't think of it that way. I'm actually, now that you brought it up, how about you guys I'm actually, because we've had some voice actors who've done a lot of audiobooks with us. I'm intrigued if they talk about it. I know some people do, because they tag me. Like, I know Paul, we have a couple of guys
Paul Silver's on it.
Like that. On socials, who are always tagging, hey, I just finished this book, check it out, things like that, audiobook. But I wonder, as a whole, like, as the large amount, if people are actually really just telling anybody that they're doing these things, or they just do them and move on to another, you know what I mean? I wonder if they realize how important it is for them to do that, because it can affect their bottom line.
For sure.
I don't know. So we got some questions.
Yeah, the
grapefruit. I love grapefruit.
Squirrel.
I live in Jamaica, and I'm new to voiceover and narration. Welcome. It is good to have you. I've worked with U.S. citizens in customer service for 12 years and have a good general U.S. accent. Would I be a good fit for Academy Voice? Hell yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Not just because we love narrators, we need more narrators all the time, but also, with your accent, or do you have, absolutely. Which, I mean, yes. Just yes.
Represent.
Yes.
Represent. Yes.
Susan says, question: is it possible that we can use Academy server to promote these audiobooks, or am I mixing up the technology? Academy server.
I think she means Discord.
Our Discord. So do you want to? Well, okay.
I think what Paul does is he just screenshots, perhaps, or downloads the image of the cover that we take, and then perhaps uses the retail sample he made, and then he just makes that into a reel, if I had to guess.
Yeah, so I think, Susan, if you mean like the Discord, then we already post in there all of the stuff that we publish. I mean, we're already kind of doing that into the...
She says Discord.
But the bigger, I think the disconnect is this: the Discord is internal.
Yes.
A Discord server in any community is insulated to just that community. To promote, you have to go outside of it.
On your social media platforms to promote the book. So people outside of our group can.
Because it's closed. Our group is closed. It's closed to the public. It's only the people who are involved. And I would say it's pretty high. We have about 95 to 98% of all people who are in VOJ are in Academy Voices. So it's a high percentage. So but I like your thinking. I mean, a great place to do it is Facebook groups. And Facebook. I mean, Facebook is that because there's a lot of people there who are not in VOJ. And okay, let's see.
Christian wants to know if we can use our mugshot as a headshot. Yes, of course you can. Yes, absolutely. I mean, it worked for Elvis. It worked for the Beatles. It worked for
How many of us have mugshots?
I mean, well, I don't know. Mind your business, Angela.
Just stay in your own lane, Ange.
Stay in your own lane. Don't ask that question.
We don't talk about it.
Okay, let's see. I have links on my website for would-be buyers to get my books from both Spotify and Audible. Yes.
Yep. That's what we're talking about.
That's a great place. Every voice actor, if you have a royalty share book that directly affects the sales on how much money you make, for goodness sake, it should be somewhere where you're promoting on your website, on your social, something.
You could have a portfolio page on your website, and then every one of those is a link to purchase the book on Audible.
Yeah, and then what I would do if I was you is I would sign up for an Amazon affiliate account.
There you go.
As well. Yeah. And put it in there and put the links to your affiliate stuff in there too.
Yep.
Yes. So, and you know what, now that you've brought that up, we don't talk about that at all.
We should. That's what I'm saying.
Really should.
We need to take some time, I think, next week.
How to market and promote. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
To help our fellow publishers and promote our gloriously talented friends, or even promote something that we've listed.
This promotions topic for sure. We need to cover that.
William said, yes, please add specific tips about marketing on our own websites and social media. Do you have suggestions for taglines, talking points, etc.? Yeah, I definitely and we teach marketing. You know what I mean? That's a big, I teach marketing. I love marketing. We all love marketing here, actually, all of us, because we do it a lot. But I will say that this specific type of marketing is kind of super cool, because as we market services, this is a product. This is marketing a product. And I actually I enjoy marketing services, but I enjoy marketing products too. You know what I mean? So, because it's a very B2C. I mean, we're all B2B. We do business, right? We sell our services typically to a business, not a consumer, right? So that's why it feels awkward sometimes when we're trying to teach people, okay, now we're doing social media like to a consumer, yet we're doing business marketing. Okay, so that sometimes causes that disconnect for, we don't want an ad. We want you to talk like a normal human being. But wait, I'm going to a business, not a person. Well, so I find like the disconnect kind of goes away a little bit when you can do just straight B2C, business to consumer marketing like we do with this. Because everybody listens to audiobooks. So anyways, there you go. That's my little take on that. From this newbie's perspective, y'all have been extremely helpful. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and I meant to say earlier, no, that particular I haven't heard from that author yet, but I will keep my eyes open, because we do have a lot of people who join. So authors if you tell the authors, there's a free account, they sign up. And then once they sign up from there, they have a list, like a to-do list of things to do, right? They have a form they fill out, to submit their auditions. There's things that they submit for information. So, they could have joined and is working on that as well. It's hard to think of royalty share as a true commission, because if they share it, maybe they fell a little dirty.
Feel a little dirty because of sales.
Oh,
man. I think,
I understand that. You mean like being like a salesperson because you got to sell.
It's an interesting perspective, but I think,
God, we got to sell ourselves. I mean, that's what we're doing in general.
It's a business,
voice actors.
Sales.
But also, it's like any other project, right? When we go, hey, check out this thing I did, we're not, saying go buy it, but we are saying, this is something I was a part of, and I want you to see it. So
by buying it,
potentially.
Exactly. Yeah. I think Kristen brings up a good, and it's interesting because I think that I've had a lot of similar feelings, and honestly, Angela and Gabby have called me out on it, between the three of us, about me not doing enough on a marketing side from actually trying to sell. Because I like to do so much more of what we're doing here is giving away, like just talking and giving information away and saying, hey, if you like what you hear and you want more, come hang out with us, come join us. Exactly. But, the thing is not everybody wants to be here with like people, you know what I mean? And we're not going to reach everybody. You have to, you got to sell. Yeah. That's just hands down. You have to sell our services. So we don't have a team of salespeople who just work by selling our services. Be nice. But But that's a really good point. And I've struggled with that. I'm good at promoting. I like to promote. Like I like to hype. I can hype people up pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But when it comes to like, hey, go here and buy this, Angela's like, just put it out, damn it. I'm like, all right. She does. I know you guys promote it, but if you only have 3 chances to promote it, then who's telling us that we only have 3 times?
Yeah, I don't understand that question.
Who said, what do you mean? 3 times? What
Explain yourself.
3 times. 3 times.
Like a genie.
I'm not sure.
You get 3 wishes.
About I have tons of cool and cheeky ways to promote your stuff. That's my jam. I love it.
We love you for that, Susan. You're the best.
Promote and let people take it or leave it. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. That's basically it. All right.
Yep. I would agree.
It's there and it's available. I really, actually, now that you got my wheels turning on this, I think that's a very important point for us to get into VOJ and Academy Voices, especially because, again, you're directly, all our revenue, your revenue, all is directly, responded to how much we sell. So the more you sell, the more money you make.
Yeah.
Okay.
The more visible it is,
right?
The more opportunities you have to sell it.
Exactly. What interesting the thing is, and why would you guys think this? But why do you think this is rather what I meant is that we've tried all kinds of things throughout the years. Like we've tried to do mass collaborations of social media where we've had like, a bunch of people get together and we're all like, yeah, we're gun ho, we're gonna, like each other's stuff, share each other's stuff. And it just always seems to fade away. Like people always seem to just, stop and not do it anymore. And I think that consistency piece, maybe it's consistency. What do you guys think?
Yes, it is consistency and repetition. That's the name of the game with anything. I'm owing because now I understand what Susan's saying. I now her earlier comment makes sense. So let me clear that up. We're limited. It's not that it's not a promotions thing. We're limited to 3 titles a day that can be published, Susan. That's what we were talking about. So it's not those are 2 separate things.
Yeah.
Promotions unlimited, but publishing, we can only publish 3 works a day right now.
So what it does to us is it doesn't clearly stop us. I mean, if you do the math, if you were to just publish 3 every single day, there's 30. I mean, that's 90, in 30 days, that's 90 audiobooks. But here's the thing. I think we were talking about what it does for us, though, is because we're so busy and because we're doing so much other stuff, it does make it, it makes it now that it has to be changed from, like, for example, Angela might batch process 13 or 15 audiobooks at a time. Right. After it's been done, it's in the queue. But now those 15 audiobooks have to be done over a series of 5 days.
Yeah, so, I upload everything in there, all 15 of them, but then I can only submit 3 a day. And
right.
And just FYI, it's not anything to do with us.
Yeah. No.
It's a platform-wide thing. I think it has probably something to do with the AI slop, the stuff that's happening.
So it started with ACX and Audible.
Yeah.
And Audible released this thing to say, because what happened was people were, because of AI, they were submitting 50, 100 books a day. And stuff a day because they just create and it's AI. So they've now limited to 3.
Yeah. So they're slowing it down.
Right. So, and I said, we in our Academy Voice thing, I said, we're the unfortunate, casualty of this because the way we work, none of our stuff is AI, but because we batch, it just,
Right.
So,
right.
It is what it is. So now it just has to be, now it has to be more like every single day.
I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's still the same process. I just have to remember to go in there every morning and submit 3, and tomorrow submit 3. I mean,
right. But what it does do, and I think what we're saying, what it does do is it means that, as we produce, your stuff might be later that it gets put up.
Yes, that was why I mentioned that.
It doesn't all go as fast.
Yeah.
Professor Tracy asked, what are ways you guys are promoting this outside of here? Well,
What do you mean this?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what
Academy
I want to clarify.
Voices this?
Yeah, this meaning our live, this meaning Academy Voices, this meaning Avio's journey. Like, yeah, what do you mean? What's the this? Tracy.
I have to guess it's Academy Voices since we're talking about Academy Voices today. So. Yeah. But I mean, just shooting in the dark here. But if it is, I mean, Anthony's been promoting like a crazy. I see it all over Instagram.
Oh my God, and all over social media. Yep.
TikTok. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're talking about Academy Voices, we really stepped up. I've stepped up, and I know a lot of people have seen the stuff we're doing, and the ads we're running, and they seem to be working. I mean, people are seeing, they're visible. We're growing. People are taking notice. People are figuring us out. You know what's crazy is, and I would say this: if you are a brand new voice actor too, I know this is hard, but have patience. Because we've been doing this, we just were saying in the beginning of this 700 audiobooks, there is still, I would say the majority of everyone still just doesn't know we exist. It takes time to get people to even know that you are there.
And build the trust.
And then you have to build, you have to build trust. Are we just some random another website that popped up somewhere that's trying to scam you? I mean, we were talking about scams yesterday where I was almost scammed and with the phishing attempt that were cloning some of our voice actors, our stuff.
Authors, by the way, they're so targeted. We talk about how the voice acting community is targeted. And, Anthony, I know you and I had a little giggle yesterday of like, who the hell's going after voice actors? Why would they do that?
Right.
But the author community, as somebody who has published works, my God, I get sometimes 2 or 3 phone calls a day from companies that are, I'm not saying they're totally scam artists, but they're these all-encompassing, we want to publish your work, we want to submit your work to literary agents, we want to get your book turned into a screenplay. And I'm like, really? You want to take my how to be a voice actor, how to home study guide and turn it into a movie, do you? But that gives you an indication of how much authors are fielding. So yes, there is, we are working hard to build up that trust. Yeah.
How did you respond? Yes, I want Angelina Jolie to play me.
I say it all the time. I'm like, absolutely. I think how to be a voice actor would be phenomenal on the big screen. And yes, and I throw out like 5 different, big name actors. And I'm like,
stipulation.
Come on.
Must
yeah.
That's
I'm
hilarious.
Like, also, I think everyone in the theater should get an accompanying workbook to
yes.
go along,
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And they're always like, what? And I'm like, uh-huh.
I mean, what in the world?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It is affecting everevery in some way, shape, or form.
It is.
Yeah.
And and I think that's another thing that AI is making that easier, because I was telling them I've been getting these requests, and I've been getting one a day now. It came in another one this morning where it's like someone has submitted a request for a voiceover, and they've copied a format somewhere of like, where there's like a word count, there's amount of stuff, and it's just like, it's just ridiculous stuff. It's clearly a scam.
Yeah.
And they're just a phishing attempt, right? So but it's, again, that's, I would say, why? I mean, it's not like we're rolling in the dough here. Why are you coming after us, for God's sakes?
Yeah.
But man, Tracy, I didn't get a response about what you meant. I'm assuming we answered it maybe, and that's why. But anyways, you guys, listen, I think what is that? I'm now interested on who would play who in that movie. We should have the 3 of us. We have a movie about the 3 of us. Would play us.
The 3 audiobook amigos.
You know who? What was it? I'm trying to think of. I went to this random. I was at a gas station, and the woman was like, "You remind me of," and it was some Hollywood person, but it was like an old what is that guy? That old guy with the bald head? Who I think he's dead now, but he is a comedian, real brass guy. Anyways, so she says, "You remind me of this guy," and then she said, "The other day a guy came in and reminded me of The Rock." I was like, "Oh, so I would have rather been The Rock." But she said, "But you don't remind me of The Rock." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I would have rather been reminded of The Rock than that dude." because the guy she was talking about was like the short, chubby guy, which is like me. So
that's too funny.
Anyways, it's just funny. It was funny. It's like a random. Like who says random?
Now
like
people are guessing everybody from Don Rickles to Dom DeLuise to Ed Asner.
It was Don Rickles. That's exactly who it was. Now
so
you make
funny.
me feel even worse that you knew who it was, George.
That's so funny.
That's exactly who it was.
It's a compliment, Anthony.
Okay.
Oh boy. All right.
Listen, if you're not on, Academy Voices, this is a great time to join, because I wanted to point out something as we go. What I want to talk about is I'm very excited with some of our, and by the way, we have such talented people in VOJ as well. But we also have writers, and starting to work with some writers to create our own series of stories, right? That will be internal and stuff, which I'm very excited. Meaning internal, we are like commissioning the stories ourselves. So it's not like an author comes to us, we're also going to be doing that, which I think is just a really cool time, because fun thing about us is I think we kind of know all the outlets too of what's going on in our industry, what's the newest stuff. We're doing a lot more duets now and things. So there's just a lot available and coming up. It's only growing. So that's exciting.
That's right.
Our walk a strange path, man. I hear you, George. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being with us today. I really appreciate it. And make sure you check us out. We'll be back tomorrow. And as always, share this with people. I do think that
subscribe.
One thing I will admit is I don't know. We probably should promote this live more. Actually, we could do that. There's always promoting.
For sure.
All right, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. We'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. See you later.